Good evening. Kay-Uwé Witterstein is in our studio tonight, General Manager, Licensed Market at Shell Brands International. Mr. Witterstein, thank you so much for sitting down with the Public TV.
Thank you.
How long have you been in Armenia? What's the visit been like? Have you enjoyed your stay?
That's my second time. So I had the opportunity to be in Armenia in October 2022, where we had the first discussions. And now the second time, and I had also opportunity to walk a little bit around, and what I have seen so far, it's amazing. I'm a mountaineer a bit, so the mountains are saying a lot to me, so I love it.
On June 29, the first filling station of Shell opened in Yerevan. Congratulations on this new achievement.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Shell is considered the second largest oil and gas company in the world by revenue. Why did you choose Armenia, a relatively small market?
Yeah, so in Shell we are looking to extend our footprint. We are in mobility with 80 markets with 46,000 service stations. And extending our footprint, we are looking also to markets where our CVP, the customer value proposition, is adding value to the country but also to the customers. And by assessing Armenia with the current situation and the growing economy, we thought it's a great one to find a partner to enter the market and winning customers for our brand.
Is the investment environment in Armenia business friendly?
What we felt, absolutely. So we feel very welcomed. Yeah? We are working through our partner, Royal Oil, in a license agreement. So Shell, we give our partner, the brand, the access to our tools, to our experience, and the partner here in the country, they are operating. So Royal Oil, they have also the connections, they do the investments. And what I heard from our partner, the business environment is really good. And as I said, we feel very welcomed in Armenia.
Could you open the brackets a little bit? Is there bureaucracy? Is state and business dialogue functional? Do you receive feedback? Does it work?
If I compare it to the markets we are operating in licensed markets, and it's 58 around the world with 24 partners, it is on the better scale. Of course, you have bureaucracy here. You have, of course, regulations where we need to work with, absolutely, yeah. But there's no blocker. There's no someone against an entry from a multinational in the country. As I said, we feel very welcomed and not at all, I think, something against us.
The Minister of Economy said, I'll cite, this is not just a filling station. This is a new culture, the quality of its products and the level of service. Shell will change the demand for the services provided in the field of filling stations in Armenia. We will see a qualitative change in the overall market. Is this an accurate description of what Shell does, stands for and offers?
Yeah, we feel very honored that the minister is saying that. Because
do you agree with him?
I do agree, yeah, and I like to substantiate that a little bit with our offer, what we have. So first of all, Shell stands for quality and trust in Shell. Our slogan globally is, we will make life journeys better. And if you look to Armenia, I think the access to a product which comes from Europe is changing in itself also the quality appearance for petrol and diesel. There's another item into this. All our fuels and diesel is additivated, which keeps your car cleaner, gives a better performance and makes a difference versus all the other product what you have in the market. So that's the pure product. And then he said services to that. So we have a 100-year experience in operating retail service stations around the world. And with that, our partner, Royal Petrol, they have access to that. So it's not only petrol, it's service on a site. So if you go to the site which has been opened yesterday, you feel motivated service champions, which are very focused on HSSE. It stands for health, security, safety and environment. That is number one for Shell. With this one, we also will bring a culture into the country. The other one is customer service by adding products like coffee, yeah? Takeaway in the shop, then the shop assortment. Then we will have car wash, we will have a loop bay, and also in the future chargers for electric vehicles. So that is a bit over and above if you compare that to a traditional service station. which in the majority is here in the market. That's why I think that is what he meant with the customer value proposition, where customers have really access into this. So I think it's adding value.
Mr. Witterstein, if Shell is that good, is there a risk that other local businesses might be driven out of the market?
I can't comment on that one. Driven out, I mean, driven out is mainly
by competition.
By competition, yeah. And I think I'm a big advocate that competition will always help also others to be better. Because if you compete, you need to change, you need to do things better. You copy maybe something, or you just do something different. And that's why I think for the entire fuels business and retail business in Armenia, that could be a start of doing things potentially a little bit different. But driven out, I can't comment. It's just when they are not successful, let's say.
Don't you see a risk of becoming a monopoly in the country?
Not at all. That is also not our aim. So the target is that Royal Petrol will establish 25 to 30 sites within 5 years. So that's the aim on core locations in the country, yeah, offering our customer service to the customers in Armenia.
So what else, besides what you already mentioned, will the Armenian consumer receive by the entrance of Shell, of the energy market?
I think they will explore that not all fuels are the same at the first place. If you see at the moment the diesel population, passenger cars in Armenia, there's very little, because the quality on diesel, for example, is not as high as it should be for the cars. By bringing in our product from Europe, that is making a difference. You also will feel that when you drive. Yeah? The driving pleasure will change with our core product. It's called Shell V-Power, which is co-designed with the Scuderia of Ferrari. And we could proudly say that 99% of the ingredients in the product is the same like you find in a Ferrari car going around the race circuit. So that's the product. And additionally, it's of course the service what you will see. Safe sites, clean toilets, access to this by making life journeys better for our customers.
The consumers of gas in the country are very concerned with the spike up of prices on gas and oil. Do you believe that as Shell enters the market, the prices will go down?
It's depending on the oil price at the first place, yeah? And the fact that the product gets imported from Europe is also adding some costs into this. So we will not be part of a sort of a price war or something in the country. But as I said, it's mainly depending on the oil price there. Overall, competition is enforcing as well a difference on the price and on the margin. So I can't comment on that. It's highly depending on the overall oil price, absolutely.
So we shouldn't expect that the prices will go down?
No, I think you need to see potentially the cost for driving. So I like to distinguish a little bit between the cost for a liter and maybe how many kilometers you can do with this same amount of volume. So our fuels bring also fuel economy to the customers. Yeah? If you have a cleaned up engine with quality fuels, the fuel consumption will also go down, which is also a point that you get more kilometers with the same amount. And if you distinguish that, then you could also say that we will bring more efficiency with our high quality products into the market.
It was announced in October that Shell is coming. What took you so long?
You need to build sites, and you need to find also the plots where you build the site and on the core location, and real estate, to have contracts in place, to build the site. That requires some time. So important was that we got the permission from Armenia, or our partner, to build sites.
Did you get it on time?
Absolutely. I think there was no delay. Yeah. Then of course the product sourcing needed to be established, yeah, on the geopolitical areas. That was not an easy one, but we found a way to do so. And then, of course, the construction of the sites was an important one to get there. I don't think it's long if I compare that to my experience in other markets.
I see. What is the plan of future investment in Armenia? I do not believe you're going to simply limit your presence here to one station, are you?
No, we don't. So Royal Petrol, they have a plan to build sites 25 to 30 within 5 years. That's the plan. And I'm very sure that they will stick into this, yeah, at core locations. So you can expect in 5 years 30 sites in the country.
I saw an image of you at Formula One Grand Prix Mexico. Was taking part in Formula One a business interest or a personal interest?
So I have a legacy in Shell. I worked for Shell 31 years. I did 13 jobs, and one of the jobs was sponsorship manager, which brought me to all race circuits around the world, and also to Mexico, where I was responsible to activate with our partner Ferrari the race in Mexico. This is where you have seen this, yeah.
Do you like fast cars yourself?
Absolutely, but only at race tracks, on safe race tracks. Yeah, I'm not driving a Formula One car, but I like that very much so. Yeah.
If we come back to the investment environment, would you recommend other major investors? Would you recommend Armenia to other major investors?
Personally, I would do, because this country, what I have seen, but also the data which is available, which the 16% growth rates, and also the young population, the well-educated people, what we see there, I think there's a growing demand and opportunity for brands coming in and differentiate and bringing quality into the country. I'm not saying there's no quality, but international brands, for example. So even if the population is a sort of close to 3 million, I think, it's not seen small. It's a great opportunity to have a representation in the country, I think. So I think you can expect more companies coming in, because potentially they're looking also to us a bit, because we are a big company, and they're saying, wow, if Shell is doing that together with a partner, why we shouldn't?
We are certainly hoping to see more investor flow after your arrival and entrance of the market. But back to Armenia, you said you have been enjoying your stay here. What exactly? Is it the architecture, is it the cuisine, or is it only the mountains?
All three. Yeah, and the people, I must say. Yeah, that is really an eye-opener how welcoming our partners are. But everyone I met in the hotel, it's really bringing a difference to the normal approach when you're there. Yeah, that's a very good one. So we are feeling welcomed as foreigners in the country. Cuisine, of course, that's fantastic, especially coming from Germany, where we are not very famous for cuisine. Mountains, absolutely, but I haven't had the opportunity to explore that. But I told our friends from Royal Oil that I will come back also privately with my family to explore the area. Absolutely. Architecture, there's a very nice expression or what you feel when you are in the country, because you have a little bit of the old and then the new one, and this combination makes it for a visitor so unique. Yeah, it's not just all new like in other countries. So you have a history, if you're interested into this, which is very rich.
What's your favorite dish, Armenian dish?
I had it yesterday. It was, of course, the meat. It was the lamb meat, specially made, and that was really groundbreaking.
Hashlama, I guess.
I can't say it like you, but it was really good. Yeah.
Thank you for this opportunity one more time.
Thanks.
Kay-Uwé Vítteršteյn was in our studio tonight.